It's early morning. Everything is silent. Suddenly you open your eyes, and there's your cat, staring at you intently in the darkness. It doesn't meow. It doesn't move. It just watches. Many find it strange, even unsettling. But the science of feline behavior reveals something quite different. That silent moment, when your cat watches you while you sleep, is actually a profound sign of bonding, instinct, and social vigilance. Your cat isn't watching you by chance. It does so because, in its feline mind, you are part of its group, and while you sleep, it perceives you as vulnerable. Point 1. Your cat sees you as part of its social group. Although cats were long thought to be completely solitary animals, modern feline ethology studies have proven otherwise. Research by experts like John Bradshaw has revealed that domestic cats develop flexible social structures, especially when living with humans or other cats. Within these groups, bonds, soft hierarchies, and cooperative behaviors are established. Your cat doesn't simply see you as a food provider. It recognizes your scent, your voice, your routines, and your emotions. It learns to identify you as a stable member of its social environment. This has been observed in studies where cats exhibit attachment behaviors toward their caregivers, similar to those shown by human infants toward their parents. When you sleep, your body becomes immobile and vulnerable. From a feline perspective, this activates its guarding instinct. In nature, group members rest while others remain vigilant. Your cat, without you noticing, can assume that role with you. It's not obedience or dependence. It's a real, silent, and deeply instinctive social bond. Point 2. They are crepuscular animals. Domestic cats retain many traits from their wild ancestors. One of the most important is their activity pattern. Cats are crepuscular animals, meaning their natural peak energy periods occur at dawn and dusk. This pattern coincides with the activity times of their natural prey. While you sleep soundly at night, your cat's nervous system is usually in a state of moderate alertness. Its senses are active, its hearing picks up the faintest sounds, and its vision functions in very low light. For it, this time is not one of total disconnection, but rather of quiet observation. In this quiet, distraction-free nocturnal environment, your cat focuses its attention on what's most important in its territory, the members of its social group. And at home, that group is you. That's why it's common for it to approach, sit near, or watch you while you rest. He doesn't do it because he's restless, but because that's his natural time for vigilance. Point 3. His hearing detects your breathing. A cat's hearing is one of its most impressive sensory tools. It can detect frequencies much higher than those perceived by the human ear, and it's also extremely sensitive to changes in sound rhythms. This includes body sounds like breathing, heartbeat, or small involuntary movements. When you sleep, your breathing becomes a constant sound pattern. For you, it's unconscious, but for your cat, it's a continuous source of information. Behavioral studies have shown that cats react to subtle changes in environmental sounds, even when they appear relaxed. If your breathing is deep and regular, the cat perceives stability. But if it becomes irregular, rapid, or choppy, its attention increases. That change can indicate stress, discomfort, or a disturbance in the environment. That's why many cats are more active at night. They are literally listening to how the body of the most important member of their group is doing. Point 4. Smell detects chemical changes. A cat's sense of smell is several times more sensitive than a human's. They possess millions of olfactory receptors and a special organ called the vomeronasal organ, which allows them to detect pheromones and chemical changes in the environment. This system helps them interpret emotional and physical information. When you sleep, your body releases constant odors through sweat, breath, and skin. These odors contain chemical signals related to your emotional state, health, and stress levels. Although you may not perceive these changes, your cat can detect them. Some studies have shown that pets react to physiological changes in their caregivers, such as alterations in blood pressure or heart rate. In the case of cats, their behavior of approaching the face or chest at night may be related to searching for these chemical signals. This isn't magic or mysticism. It's pure biology. Your cat is reading, in its own way, the information your body emits while you rest. Point 5. Your breathing is a signal of safety. For a cat, rhythm is a key signal. In nature, animals rely on constant signals to know if their surroundings are safe. The regular sound of a group member's breathing indicates that everything is under control. When your cat sits near you at night, it's not waiting for you to wake up. It's observing that rhythm. If your breathing is calm, its nervous system interprets this as a sign of no danger. This repetitive pattern generates a sense of security and stability. But if the rhythm changes, the cat detects it. A sudden increase in breathing rate, abrupt movements, or unusual sounds can trigger its alertness. At these times, it's common for the cat to move closer, touch you with its paw, or change position. This behavior isn't random. It's an instinctive response to physiological signals. For your cat, your breathing is like a vital indicator that tells it whether the environment is still safe. Point 6. That's why they snuggle up to your face. There's a scientific explanation for where your cat positions itself while you sleep. The human face concentrates multiple important signals: breath, heat, smells, and subtle head movements. From this position, your cat can better hear your breathing, smell changes in the air you exhale, and perceive small variations in your posture. It's the point where the most sensory information is gathered in one place. In ethological terms, this is called a monitoring position. Animals choose strategic locations from which they can obtain the most data with the least effort. For your cat, your face is that key area. That's why many cats sit next to your pillow, snuggle up to your face, or even sleep very close to your head. It's not a random preference. It's a functional choice, based on how their senses interpret the world. Point 7. Putting a paw on your chest makes sense. When a cat places a paw on your chest or lies down on your torso, it's using physical contact as a direct source of information. The chest is the area where breathing movements and heartbeat are most clearly perceived. Through their paw pads, cats can sense subtle vibrations. These structures contain nerve endings sensitive to movement and pressure. This allows them to detect physical changes without needing to see them. By resting their paw or body on your chest, cats get immediate information about your state. They perceive whether the rhythm is regular, if there's constant movement, or if something changes. It's a form of direct physical verification. This behavior has evolutionary roots. In natural environments, physical contact between group members helps detect warning signs and maintain social cohesion. At home, your cat applies that same instinct to you. Point 8. It's not seeking attention, it's seeking information. It's easy to assume that a cat that approaches you at night is doing so out of hunger, boredom, or a need for attention. However, silent observation behavior is different from those cases. A hungry cat will usually meow, scratch at the door, nudge objects, or actively try to wake you up. A bored cat will run, play, or explore the house. These behaviors are dynamic and noisy. But the cat that sits quietly, watching you without moving, remaining calmly by your face, is doing something different. It's gathering information. Its posture is relaxed, but its attention is active. It's not seeking interaction. It's not demanding food. It's not trying to play. It's simply observing and listening. This type of behavior is more in line with the instinct to watch over you than with seeking attention. Point 9. It's a sign of deep trust. Cats don't invest energy in unnecessary behaviors. Every action they take has a purpose. Watching, staying alert, and monitoring another living being requires effort and attention. If your cat chooses to spend part of the night near you, observing your breathing and movements, it means it considers you important within its social environment. It doesn't do this with just anyone. This type of behavior usually appears with humans with whom the cat has a strong bond. These are the people who feed it, care for it, pet it, and are part of its daily routine. From a feline perspective, you are not just the one who opens the can of food. You are a stable member of its territory, someone whose presence is relevant to its safety. Watching you is a silent way of expressing that bond. Point 10. Interrupting it can create insecurity. When a cat approaches you at night to observe you and you abruptly move it away, you may be interrupting an instinctive behavior. For it, this action is part of its watchful routine. Feline behavior specialists recommend maintaining stable routines, especially at night. Cats feel safer when their environment is predictable. If you angrily push or shove your cat for no reason, it may interpret this as a sign of instability within the social group. This can lead to anxiety or avoidance behaviors. On the other hand, if you maintain a calm environment, regular schedules, and a relaxed attitude, your cat will learn that everything is under control. This stability strengthens the bond and reduces the need for constant supervision. That's why, if you want to avoid mistakes that could cause stress or insecurity in your cat, we recommend watching our next video. 13 Things you should not do with your cat. There you'll discover common practices that can affect their physical and emotional health, according to veterinarians and feline behavior experts. You'll learn which habits to avoid and how to create a safer, calmer, and more balanced environment for your companion. Click and watch it now. Does your cat also watch you while you sleep? Have you ever woken up and found them staring at you in the dark? The next time you wake up in the night and see your cat silently watching you, don't think it's strange. Remember this. While you rest, there's a little guardian watching over you in the dark. In their silent world, you're not just their human. You're part of their family. And families, take care of each other.